Today I'm gonna give you 10 things that you should always have with you if you're a wedding DJ. And by the way, of course, I'm gonna link all the products below, so if you wanna check out the products, check out the links in the description. First thing is gaff tape. I like pro gaff tape personally. We always bring 3 different rolls. So we got a white roll, a black roll, and then this double wide cable path roll that they make. So the white roll is if you're gonna tape a wire against the wall or whatever, you know, your little insurance policy, you plug it into the wall and you tape it over. If it's a white wall, you wanna use white tape. Black tape sticks out, it looks better. Black tape is just the standard, so of course you can do it for taping your wires here, or just in general on the floor. And then the cable path tape we keep in like a caution colorway because it's usually just for doorways and things like that where cables are going over. That way people can see that there's something there and they don't trip over it and sue me. Next is extension cords, but there's specifics, okay? That's why I mentioned it. Number one, you wanna have a couple different lengths. You wanna have a 10 foot, a 25 foot, and a 50 foot, maybe 2 50 feet, depending on what kind of gigs you do, what kind of venues you're at. But the second thing is they should always be black. DJ, stop using yellow, orange, green extension cords. It's tacky. Only buy black ones. And then the third thing about extension cords is you wanna buy the right ones. You wanna buy the right gauge. For extension cords that extend your main power, right? Your whole rig is going through it. You always wanna use at least a 14 gauge extension cord. So 14 AWG, it should say really small in there if you look really close. That's the one you want. You don't want a 16 or 18. It's just not enough to handle most big setups. If you're rolling up your extension cord at the end of the night and it feels hot, you need a thicker cord at the end of the day, okay? You're gonna start a fire. You're gonna burn the whole place down. Next thing is always bring extra copies of your paperwork. Whatever paperwork you use for introductions and formalities and whatnot, print out an extra copy for the venue and hand it to them so they can be on the same page as you. Hey, if you get lucky, they might even line up the bridal party for you. You know, every once in a while you catch a bone, but regardless, you wanna hand out extra copies. That way everybody's on the same page and they see what you see. The next thing is an outlet tester, and this is very, very important because you can use this to plug into any outlet to test the power to see if there's enough power or, God forbid, there's too much power. And this will save a lot of money and a lot of bullshit for you, trust me. Now, if you're in America, 120 volt is our average outlet there, right? But there's some outlets that are 220 volts and sometimes they're not labeled. So if you happen to plug a speaker into an outlet that's 220 volt, it will blow your whole amp, blow your whole speaker, you're screwed. And then the other side of it is if the outlet doesn't have enough power and then later on you crank up the music and then you blow a circuit and all the music goes out or it goes out during the first dance or something terrible, you know what I mean? It could be pretty bad. You can totally predict it with this. It's very cheap. You can get it on Amazon. I'll link it below. And basically all you do is plug it in. It's going to give you a green or red light, whether or not the outlet's good. It's going to give you the reading. And you want to shoot for 116 and above. Really, I prefer 118, 120, 122, you're killing it. You know, if you get below like 116, 115, 114, and you're not playing any music, it's just sitting like that, you're probably gonna be in danger. Because when you crank up the music later, you're gonna pull more voltage, the voltage will go down on the outlet, and you're gonna be risking blowing a breaker. Now, the fifth thing is the Tide to Go stick. You don't wanna be the guy or gal with the stain on their shirt. Oh, I need another one, shit. But bring it. Number 6 is you gotta stay hydrated, and we always bring water. Now this might be extra to you, you could do whatever you like with your water, but we have a little Yeti cooler that we always bring with us, and then we always bring a ton of these big waters, so we never have to go thirsty, we never have to ask the venue for water or anything like that. We have it, we're self-sufficient. Sometimes, you know, you're dying of thirst, and you can't grab a server or something like that, and now you gotta go on the mic with cotton mouth. Never here, okay? We always bring our own water. And yeah, some people might think there's beer in here, but if they wanna check, they could check, okay? Now splints is a must-have for any wedding DJ because they basically fix any type of wobble with a table or your furniture. Like right now, my furniture is kind of wobbling back and forth. So all I gotta do, come right down here, lift it up, stick this little splint under here. Oh, one more over here. Make it nice and even. No wobble, no more. This next one I learned from experience because I would always forget my headphones and then have to buy a shitty pair at 7-Eleven somewhere, and it just would drive me nuts the entire gig. So now, no matter what, I always leave the house with multiple sets of the Apple earbuds, just in case I happen to forget my headphones again. These Apple earbuds are the best possible replacement. I have like 6 in here. It would probably take me an hour to untangle these, but they're here, I got them. I'll have to make an emergency run to 7-Eleven, you know? Coming up next, paintbrush. We're not painting nothing, okay? It sounds crazy, but hear me out. This is the best possible thing to use to dust your equipment, to dust off your records, to dust off your turntables, dust off your mixer. It gets in all the cracks. It doesn't damage anything. It works way better than like a Swifter or anything like that, because a Swifter has trouble getting in between the knobs and whatnot. So like if you work with sparks where it leaves a stupid dust, or if you're in like a shithole venue, the popcorn ceiling's falling and whatnot, this paintbrush comes in handy every single time. I keep it in my bag. That's where it lives. And last but not least, you got to keep some kind of pain reliever. Like I'm an Advil guy. If you're Tylenol or Motrin or whatever, keep it with you. You know, if you're in a venue with a bad echo, you might get a headache, you might have a sore back or something. You know, we're all getting older. I always keep something with me just in case I need it to get through the day.